Well, it's been a rough week for Harley Davidson, maybe a rough month. Let's talk about it. So the big news this week is that the CFO has resigned. I don't know that I'm all that excited or that I'm worried about it. The fact is, she's a bean counter that came from Tyson, worked at Harley, now she's going to Hasbro. Financial people are an important part of leadership in a big corporation like this, but numbers are numbers are numbers are numbers, and that's what finance people do. I mean, it's not like she was the lead product designer for the motorcycles or marketing for motorcycles or things where you really need to know more about motorcycling. From all indications of everything I've seen in the last couple of years since she joined Harley in 2020, she's not a motorcyclist. She doesn't ride. I don't know that this is going to be a terrible thing. I don't know that she was a bad CFO, but I kind of wonder why is she leaving? Didn't agree with current management, simply got an offer for more money. What's going on? Harley's getting ready to release their first quarter financial results for 2023, and I'm thinking they're not going to be as good as their year-end results were. You see, stock prices was right at $50 a share at the year-end results, and now, today, late April here, we're at $36 a share, so it's not looking so good. That's almost 30%. And it did take a significant little dump when the CFO announced that she was leaving this week, although it was already down from the $50. So that drop didn't happen all at once, but it did happen again after this announcement. And this isn't kind of the only bad news Harley's had in the last month. They had a big leak come out just over 30 days ago with the 2023 next-gen models were leaked over on the internet. Some people still think those pictures are fake. I don't think they're fake pictures. I just think they're very poor quality, but we'll find out soon enough. The story is that the couple of guys that leaked the photos got fired. Everybody thinks those are 2023 CVO models and that they're going to be launched at the 120th anniversary party in June. Variable valve timing, some other things, maybe a different suspension setup in the rear, inverted front forks, some different stuff going on with those touring bikes that we saw the pictures of. If you didn't see that, I did a video on it. I'll throw a link to it up here. Anyway, so that wasn't ideal for Harley Davidson. I mean, that was something they wanted to have a big reveal on, and now the cat's out of the bag, and a lot of people have already know about it or know what to expect. That may hurt sales. I mean, are you going to go out and buy a new Street Glide tomorrow, knowing that there's a 122 version coming with variable valve timing and new lights and everything else? Well, if you want to save some money, you might, because I expect the price on those new bikes to be even higher. They're going to have to pay for that research and development. I know what the prices being what they are on new bikes. I mean, I'd really like to own a brand new Breakout 117. I think they look really good. I can't wait to ride one at the next demo event. But every time I look at my wallet, it says, buy that 2000 Dyna. That you could buy and not have payments. And I think I can have a lot of fun on that. What do you think? Have you guys seen about the RA350, the Riding Academy bike that's made in China that they're releasing in global markets? If you haven't done any homework on that or you haven't heard about it, I want you to think about this for a second. That's a Chinese bike made by the same company that makes the Benelli. Now, the Benelli 300, TNT 300 or something, I think was the base. This has got a slightly bigger motor, closer to 350 cc's. But Harley is selling that bike for almost $5,000 in China. So that's what the conversion rate is for the price in China, is close to $5,000. You can buy the Benelli 302 for like $4,000. So again, it's a rebranded bike with a little bit different styling, but we've got that Harley Davidson surcharge on there, and it's going to be 25% higher than the competition. Maybe a few improvements over the competition. I mean, that's probably, up to the individual to decide if it's worth it to them, but it's not like it's a lot more power or a lot bigger bike, but it is branded as a Harley Davidson. And because it's a Harley Davidson, they feel they can charge more for that product, even though it's still a Chinese-made bike. I don't think that's going to work out so well for them, but I guess we'll see how it does. And now there's rumors of this HD420 or the HD4xx. There's different people calling it different things. This is a bike they've been working on developing with Hero. I don't know a whole lot about it yet. There's been some spy shots of it. We'll throw some of those up here real quick. Now, again, I don't know. This bike is gonna, I'm sure, get released in India, probably in foreign markets. I really doubt Harley Davidson will bring the Chinese manufactured motorcycles or the Indian manufactured motorcycles to the US. Not unless they're gonna sell them a lot cheaper, and I don't see that happening. We had the Street 500 and the Street 750 that were made here in the US, and they didn't do real well. So the only way these Indian or Chinese manufactured motorcycles that are branded with Harley Davidson's name on them are gonna do well is if they're cheap. And I don't think Harley Davidson is interested in making cheap motorcycles. Harley Davidson's biggest competition is used Harley Davidsons. That's why they've gotten into the used bike market more so than they were a few years ago. And I get it, because right now, with the way the economy is, if I buy a second motorcycle, which I might have, it would probably be something older and more affordable that I can pay for outright and not have to pay interest or have a loan against, because that's just not something I'm wanting to do with the way the economy is right now. I kind of think it'd be fun to maybe tinker on it, build, and do some touring on a 20-plus-year-old motorcycle. Another big thing that people have been raking Harley Davidson over the coals about is having Greenday at the 120th anniversary party. Greenday apparently had some very negative things to say about the USA when they were touring overseas. And a lot of people are unhappy that Harley Davidson chose them to be a headlining band at a 120th celebration for America's oldest continuously running motorcycle company. I had to throw that in there, the continuously running, for all of you Indian guys who are going to try and say that Indian's been around longer. Anyway, and I know that Harley Davidson was owned by AMF for a few years, but the brand Harley Davidson has not shut down since it began in 1903. That's the facts, no matter who owned it. Right now, it's owned by a whole bunch of stockholders. All right, guys, leave me a comment. I really want to know, how many of you are looking for this 120th anniversary bike with the 122 variable valve timing engine that might come out on touring models after the July celebration? I mean, if you're one of those guys and you're waiting for that bike, let me know. If that doesn't interest you and you'd rather get a bargain on one of the existing 114 bikes, leave me a comment and let me know that, why you want to go that way. Maybe you don't want variable valve timing, or maybe you're just looking to save a little money and you'd like to get a 114 and you're afraid the 122s are going to be even higher priced. Are you like me and you're concerned about the economy and you're not going to buy a new bike right now and you're not going to do payments, and if you buy something else, well, it might be a used older Harley Davidson. All right, guys, if you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. If you do that YouTube thing, man, I'd appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel if you dig the content. And as always, y'all stay safe, keep on riding, and we'll see you in the next one.